laugh and be blessed.
What's going on, blessed ones? It's Jake Rubel with you here today, solo, once again. I know, the schedule is completely ridiculous, but guess what? That's what we do. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? We're still blessed. We're still rolling. We're still having such a good time and living the best life that we could possibly live. So hopefully everybody else is also having a fantastic Halloween season. I mean, look, it's October 3rd already, which means it's Halloween, guys. All of September is Halloween Eve, and all of October is Halloween. And if you don't believe me, ask my bank account, because I took the kids Halloween shopping, and that was stupid. You know, I don't remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I do not remember ever going Halloween shopping when I was a kid. I remember costumes. I remember having costumes, but I don't remember going to like a Halloween store. I mean, every now and then I feel like I have very vague memories of looking through Walmart just to see what they had, and they never had anything that I wanted. It's Walmart. Also, side note, when did Walmart become cool? Have you guys been lately and looked at the t-shirt selection? They've got everything. Where was that when we were growing up? You know what I mean? Like, if you went to Walmart when we were kids, you would get, what was it? Like, you would have maybe like Shaq shoes, you know? Something like that. But you didn't have like the dopest clothes. You couldn't get Grateful Dead t-shirts. Speaking of which, Grateful Dead t-shirts are everywhere now. When did that happen? I walked past Abercrombie and Fitch or whatever, or one of the Buckle, whatever those stores are. I walked by one the other day, and in the window was a Grateful Dead t-shirt. And I'm like, look, part of me is wondering, like, what's happening? Like, why is this everywhere? But then the other part of me is like, you know what? Who cares? I like that the things that I'm into are popular, because that just means I get more things that I like. I don't understand the whole mentality of what's that called? Gatekeeping? Yeah, I don't understand the whole mentality of gatekeeping. Of you being like, no, I liked this before it was cool, so I'm the only one that can do something with it. I don't understand that, because, dude, if other people are into the thing that you're into, you're gonna get more of the thing that you're into. You know, I wish more people would have liked Firefly. Maybe we would have continued to have Firefly. So, and also, Terra Nova. Why didn't more people like Terra Nova? That show was fantastic. Why didn't we get any more? But basically, we went shopping, and we were going to go to Spirit Halloween in Bloomington, because that's where it's always at, and that's the closest town to me. And we went to Bloomington, and it wasn't there, and we looked around, and it was nowhere to be found, and the closest one was an hour away. And I was like, well, we already promised the kids that we were going to take them Halloween shopping. We're right by Target. Let's hop into Target and see what they have. And then all these memories of when I was a kid and vaguely remembering going to Walmart and looking for a Halloween costume came flooding back, because Target had nilch. Is that a word? I don't know, but it is now. They didn't have a lot, dude. Like, everything that they had was nothing that I wanted, like, or I would want as a child. You know, they had like a bunch of like Fortnite characters and stuff like that. But who, like, I mean, yeah, if you're like a little kid, and I have a 10-year-old, but my 10-year-old's dope, dude. So like, he doesn't want to dress like that. So I was like, all right, fine, you know, we're going to do this hour drive. We're going to drive an hour out of our way. We're going to go to the Spirit Halloween. We went to this one place. It was dope. They had like, there was an outlet mall. It's called Edinburgh, Indiana. I'd never been there before. Turns out this place is popping. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people like it. Had no idea. And we went, and there was a lot to do there. But we just went to the Halloween store and dropped a bunch of money. So basically what we've got so far is that Holden, let's start with the youngest. Roman is going as some creepy skull-faced dude. He just wanted a mask. That was the other thing, is that we drive all the way to this Halloween costume store so our kids can get the costumes that they want and make sure that they fit them before we buy them. So that way we're not doing the whole thing where we get them online and then we get them and then they don't even fit. And we get there and my two boys just wanted masks. I'm like, bro, I could have just gotten you masks. We didn't have to drive an hour. But kids suck, that's what they do. They suck. We try to do nice things and make them know that we love them and appreciate them, and they don't care, and they crap all over it. And that's basically what happened. So Roman gets like this weird skull mask thing. He wanted this like weird baby doll mask with its eyes and mouth sewn shut. And I was like, no, dude. I was like, look, I'm cool with stuff. All right. Like you dress how you want, but you're not, no, that's going to creep me out. Like you can't get that. That's too weird. Like, I don't know what your guys is, if you guys have like a line on, like don't cross this line on weirdness with Halloween costumes, but that was mine. And that's the thing is like anyone who's listened to the show knows that like my history is very checkered and strange, but we've only been celebrating Halloween for the last few years. Like it's not been that long since we've been celebrating Halloween. We were raising the kids in the church, and that church that we were raising them in preached against Halloween. So we just never did it, even though I grew up doing it and it was like my favorite time of the year. And so this was always like a really hard time for me when we were doing that, because the kids just never were able to go trick-or-treating and stuff. It was very frustrating. But now we're to the point to where, we're like, okay, we're going to live our life. We're going to do what we feel like is good as parents, like giving them things that they want and stuff like that. But like, I don't know where that line is. Like I was like, that's too creepy. But I ended up getting like another creepy mask, but it wasn't like the baby doll, baby face, weird sewed eyes and stuff. So you got like this skull mask, and then Holden got a plague doctor mask, also creepy, but I was like, whatever, dude. I mean, you can get it. Jasmine's dressing up like Ghostface from Scream. I seen that coming. I knew that was going to happen. And then I guess me and Chia have a Halloween costume party that we're going to be going to. So, I was like, man, I don't want to do like a full costume. You know what I mean? Like, it seems fun. Like it does, I'll be honest, it does sound kind of fun to dress up in like a full costume, but I don't know. I was just like, I don't know if I want to do a whole thing, and then you're in it all night. So I was trying to think about it, and then I seen like a half a werewolf face mask, and I just put it on and then put my glasses on over it, and it turns out I'm just a werewolf. So I was like, well, this is it. So then she had got like a Little Red Riding Hood thing. I don't want to say Little Red Riding Hood because it makes her sound like a little girl. So she just got a Red Riding Hood. Let's go with that. I'm not saying she's old, but she's just red. Just Red Riding. Just Red Riding Hood, because that sounds also. Hey guys, it's Halloween season, and we're talking about costumes here, and we're trying not to be weird about it, but some things happen, so that's what's going on. But also, since we were there, we checked out this place that's like it's called Rocket Fizz. It's in a lot of those malls. It's got a lot of different things in it, and I don't know why I was going to talk about that. That nothing happened there. I mean, a dude that was working there, like, put on a mask and tried to scare Roman. And I get it. Like, you're just trying to have fun. You're just trying to be like, hey, dude, check me out. I'm cool. I'm an old dude, but, like, I'm still fun. But you don't know this kid. And he's going to roast you. And that's what happened. The guy basically came out with, like, a zombie horse head mask on and tried to scare Roman. And Roman was like, who is this guy? That's like literally what he said. He pointed to him and goes, who is this guy? I was like, I don't know, dude. I think he just works here or something. And the guy took the mask off and was like, hey, it's just me. And Roman goes, yeah, that doesn't help. I don't know you. So it's weird that we're in a candy store and you're trying to talk to me. Maybe don't do that. And he's only 10, but he was right. But that was, we had a good time. It was a good day. It ended up being like a little shopping day. And then we went to, there was this, we were going to get some lunch. And there's, I feel like I'm breathing really heavy. And I should not be breathing that heavy, but this is a new mic. We got another new mic. Thank you very much, Junior, for buying me this mic. Gave it to me today, and I'm trying it out, and I feel like I can hear myself so good in it. That's just a lot of breathing. So maybe I should slow down talking, or maybe I shouldn't have ran around, set everything up, and then sat down and immediately hit record. What if we just take 5 minutes for me to catch my breath? Would that be weird? Yeah, that'd be weird. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go get some lunch, and I was like, "What do you want to eat?" And guess what? My wife says, "Guess? Yeah, I don't care." And at some point, I get it. Like, I get if you really don't care, I understand, but you do. You do care. Like, you can't be like, I don't care, let's go eat anywhere, and then I just pull up to a restaurant that I just found that is the most disgusting place you've ever seen, and you're 96% sure that it's made out of people. Soylent Green style. You're not going to eat there. You do care. You do care. I mean, there's a lot of things that she won't eat. She's a little bit of a picky eater. So you can't just say, I don't care where we eat. If you do a little bit, you could say, well, we could do let's do Mexican or a steakhouse. Give me some options. Don't just say I don't care. Because then you always put it on me, and then what happens is I will choose the place and we'll go, and if it's not good, that's my fault. But is it? Is it my fault because you told me that you didn't care? Which means that you will eat garbage, and it's fine. Okay, so it's not on me. Luckily, I typed in food open near me. There was a little Mexican restaurant that was right by us, and it had great reviews, and I pull in, and it's a gas station, and I start laughing. I'm like, okay, I don't understand what's going on here. Like, we just pull into this gas station. It has the same name as the restaurant, it looks like. I'm very confused. It turns out the restaurant's just in the gas station, like right next to it, which seems so sketchy. It's like, well, this can't be good. Like, I mean, come on. Seriously, this can't be good. It's in a gas station. And it's not Casey's gas station, which arguably has some of the best food, or Sheet's gas station, which actually does have the best food. And fight me, Sheet's gas station is numero uno in my book. But we go in, and we look, and it's like, it looks like it used to be a Subway. And I'm like, you look at the menu, and it's very, very simple menu, which I'm like, fine. But they said they'll eat anywhere, so it's fine. So we go up. Holden just gets chips and salsa. That's all he ever gets at these places because that's just what he's going to eat. So he eats a bunch of chips and salsa. Whatever. I mean, that's what the kid likes. I'm not going to be one of these parents that forces him to eat something that he doesn't want. He loves chips and salsa. If he's going to get full on chips and salsa, whatever, dude. He can eat something later at home if he wants. But, like, if everybody... You're not going to... We have 5... There's 5 of us. Do you know how hard it is for us to all agree on something? It's very difficult, and I'm just not playing that game anymore. I'm like, okay, well, this is where we're going. You get something that you want. If not, eat at home later. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm just not going to do it. So I ordered just chicken tacos. It ended up being some of the best chicken tacos I've ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. They were amazing. And I really wish I could tell you guys the name of this place, but honestly, I have no idea what it was called. I cannot remember, so I can't plug it and tell you how to go there. It's in Edinburgh, and it's next to a gas station right by the mall, right across the street from the mall. So there you go. But all of us, I mean, it was good. Like, I think Roman got chicken nachos. It was a huge helping. And then Chia and Jasmine both just got bean burritos. And they loved them. They said that they were some of the best they've ever had. So we're definitely going to go back. It was delicious is what I'm trying to get at. But it is spooky season. It is my favorite time of the year. And I've been watching some scary movies. I've been, just trying to get into the season a little bit. We've been, I wish Chia was here to talk about this stuff with me. So I'm going to be like vague about some of it. I'll probably talk mostly about just like what I've been into. And then whenever Chi is here, we can do a podcast and talk about everything else. And I do apologize that it's been rough, but like I was on the road for weeks. I came home and it's really been family time. So I do apologize, but you guys got to understand. Sometimes I just got to get some family time in. And even though like it's just setting stuff up and hitting a button and talking to my wife, sometimes it's like, let's just watch this movie together and just kind of be together. So I do apologize. I'll try to be better about it. I always say that, but like, this is us. This is us. So I I love you guys for like sticking with me through it all and everything. But yeah, so I've been watching some stuff. I just finished watching, even though I just said it's spooky season, I want to get this out of the way. I just finished watching Wu-Tang and American Saga. Wow. I watched it on Hulu and it is so good. Now here's the thing. I've always liked Wu-Tang, but I've never been like a diehard fan. But like I'm like that with any like rap or hip hop or anything like that. I'm just like I dig what I dig. But for the most part, man, if I'm gonna like pick music to listen to, I'm gonna listen to Alice in Chains, or I'm gonna listen to grunge. Like I'm a big fan of that. Obviously, Grateful Dead. I love the Grateful Dead. A lot of like 60s and 70s music. For some reason, I'll go through like phases where I'll want to listen to rap or hip hop or what have you. But it's never been a thing where like I'm all in. But watching the show, well, having said that, though, I love Method Man. And I've been a big fan of Method Man for years. So I knew a little about Wu-Tang just from him. So I was into it. And I just finished watching it. And I have like a completely brand new respect for everyone that is in that group. Because, man, the hustle of being like, this is how I want things done. This is my dream, and I'm going to achieve it. Man, that was just so inspiring. Like, here I am. I'm trying to do a thing myself. I'm trying to start pretty much from scratch and build a name for myself in this industry. And it's different. Obviously, it's way different. I mean, my life is way different than what those guys were going through. But I'm just saying, like, the inspiration behind it to be like, here's a goal, here's what I want, I'm gonna achieve it no matter what is huge, man. And like, it definitely gave me a new drive. So if you've not watched it, you gotta check it out. It is very, very good. I'm hoping that they do another season. Hopefully it doesn't just leave off where it stops. So hopefully there's a new season. That was really good. Really, really enjoyed that. So here's some of the getting into the season shows that I've been watching. Let's just do a little music.
What are we watching?
All right, I got to start with this. There's a movie. It's called Dead Alive. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, and if you've not seen this movie and you're around my age, you've definitely seen the cover art for it, which that's something, man, I miss that so much. And I know it's a stupid thing that like a lot of people in our generation say is like how much we miss like movie stores, like going to rent a movie at like Blockbuster, or for me it was like B&C Video, and then like Video World, and then Movie Gallery. There is just like there's just something about walking into a place thinking, what am I going to watch this weekend, getting like 4 or 5 movies, but like looking at the cover art, and the whole thing, never judge a book by its cover, is true. But sometimes, like, you get these bangers. Like, you'll see a cover of a movie that looks so scary, and then you get it, and it's so funny and campy that you're just like, what? Like, I would have missed out on this if it wasn't for that wild art on the case. And that's a big reason why I collect VHSs. I mean, I got out of it. We got rid of a lot of our VHSs years ago. I'm kind of getting back into it now. I'm getting a decent amount. Like, I don't have a ton, but I'm trying to hit up flea markets and places like that, and eBay a little bit. But I mean that the prices there are just ridiculous. So I'm trying to mostly find horror VHS, but. Anyways, this movie Dead Alive, on the case there's like it's like this lady that's got her fingers in her mouth and she's like pulling her mouth apart, and then you can see like this little skull inside of her mouth, and then it says like Dead Alive underneath it in green letters. Like I if you walked into a video store anytime in like the 90s, you've seen the art for this movie. It came out in 1992, and it's actually, I don't know if it was his first. I feel like it was his first film. Let me look it up real quick. But it's Peter Jackson. Lord of the Rings fella. King Kong. So I guess he did. Okay, so Bad Taste was like his first movie that came out in 1987. I've still not seen that. I need to watch that movie. I've heard great things about it. And he had like a short that came out in the 70s, like the late 70s, but called The Valley, but I've never heard of that. But Bad Taste I have heard of. And then in 1989, he made a movie called Meet the Feebles. I've never seen that. I have no idea what that is. It looks like it is some sort of like puppet movie, maybe. I don't know. I'll definitely check it out. I'm kind of into that. But in 1992, he came out with this movie called Dead Alive. Now, I will read you, I'm just going to read you like a write-up on IMDb of what someone says about this movie. They describe what the movie is about. In New Zealand's peaceful town of Wellington, Lionel Cosgrove, an oppressed bachelor who is still living with his despotic mother, Vera, has finally found his soulmate, the kind grocery store clerk, Paquita. I don't know. I don't even remember him saying her name in the movie, to be completely honest with you. However, before long, things will take a turn for the worse in Lionel's already messed up world. When Skull Island's vicious Sumatran rat monkey, which this thing looks amazing if you watch the movie, like it's claymation, it's awesome. But the rat monkey bites Vera after a visit to the local zoo. Now that Vera's got the bite, the virulent infection is rapidly turning her into a pus-squirting, flesh-eating living dead, and the volatile situation is bound to get out of hand, as an ever-growing collection of dead bodies and other stimulant-enhanced zombie misfits start to cram Lionel's basement. Poor Lionel. Whether you like it or not, you need to man up and clean up the mess. Moreover, summon up the courage to confront your decomposing mummy and the family's ugly secret. Nevertheless, has Lionel got what it takes to save the day and get the girl? That's a pretty good summary of what this movie is. I mean, I think the best way that I can describe this movie is like, and it's not on the same, and I'm not like bad-mouthing this movie. This is actually a quote, or not a quote, a compliment. I mean, technically it's a quote because I'm saying it to you, so I guess you can quote me on it. It's like New Zealand Evil Dead. It's like the Evil Dead of New Zealand, but it's not to the same caliber as, like, there's a reason why Evil Dead is one of the top-ranked cult classics of all time. Evil Dead is out of control amazing, but like Dead Alive deserves a mention. This movie, if you like Evil Dead, if you like those like campy, weird movies, you've got to check out Peter Jackson's Dead Alive. It is out of control hilarity. Like, I mean, you just have to watch it. There's so much comedy in this. And also, supposedly, it's the bloodiest movie, at least up to that point, ever made. They used like 80 gallons of blood for this movie. It's insane. It's wild. So definitely check it out. It's Dead Alive. I don't know where you can watch it. Let me see if I can find out where you guys can stream it. It just says search on Amazon. I don't think it's going to be an easy one to find. It is, I have it on VHS. I got very lucky and found it on VHS. That's how I watched it. Which, like, these movies, You gotta watch them on VHS, I feel like. I know that's stupid and it's a hipster thing to say, but I don't mean it in a hipster way. I'm not saying like, oh man, you gotta watch it in its original art form. No, these movies were specifically made, and I was just talking to my dude Steve about this the other day. Which you guys know Steve. He's amazing and I love him. But I was just talking to you about it. Like, I feel like they made these movies specifically for the type of televisions. Like, I'm talking about the VHS is a straight to VHS, which is like a bunch of movies. A bunch of them in the 80s and 90s went straight to VHS. Those movies were made because they a specific way with the color scheme, with the ratio, all of that, the sound, everything went into it, knowing how we were going to watch this show. So now whenever you watch them on like Blu-ray or something, yeah, they might look better, but I feel like you lose something. Like I don't know if it's like it's kind of like why I dig practical effects so much. I love practical effects because like so much art went into it, and I'm not saying that digital effects is not an art form because it is. But with digital effects, you have everything that you need. With practical effects, you have to make everything. Like you have to just use what you have and make it look good and make it work. And I think that's what they did with these movies to where if, like, for instance, if I watch, so Friday the 13th Part 2 is my favorite Friday the 13th movie, and I prefer to watch it on VHS because I feel like that's the way that movie is made to be viewed. Like, I don't know, man. I might be way off. I might be just be making up my own stuff. That's just how I feel. I feel like 80s and 90s horror movies need to be watched on a VHS. We watched Scream the other day on VHS. And it just hits different. I dig it. Like I like it so much more. So it's not like I'm just collecting VHSs because I like the way they look. Dude, I'm using them. Like I'm watching these movies. And like Scream was really cool to watch like that. And then we watched Child's Play 2. Again, that's another one that just looks so good on the VHS. There's something about that like grimy, dirty viewing that I'm just into, dude. I don't know what it is. But then like if you go further back, like I have Creature from the Black Lagoon on Blu-ray. I love watching that on Blu-ray because it's so beautiful. Like that to me is like one of the most beautiful movies ever made. Like the scenery and stuff in that is amazing. So I don't know. I don't know where that line is, dude. I'm just saying like how I view it. So Dead Alive, I really feel like you've got to watch it. It's so good. Let's look up. I'm gonna look up. This is gonna be a fun little thing. Let's do some stuff with it. So let's look up. So I'm on IMDb for Dead Alive. It has 7.5 out of 10. So that's not bad. I feel like that's actually pretty good. Let's look up some trivia real quick on this movie. So on its initial release in its home turf of New Zealand, this movie earned more per screen than Batman Returns in 1992. So, come on. You got to give it up. The rental in Sweden and probably other countries as well came with supplemental vomit bags. And so there's definitely a couple of scenes in it, and I'm not going to say which ones because I want you guys to watch it. There's a few scenes where I was like, whoa, dude, that is wild. Wild. Okay, let's take a look at some reviews. I want to read some of these reviews that people wrote for it, because I feel like those are always a lot of fun. See all user reviews. All right, so let's find. I'm gonna try to find a bad review. Well, let's look up a good review. So this is from CTS1, August 22nd, 2006. This film is truly the finest hour of the young, aggressive, full speed ahead Peter Jackson. Check your squeamishness at the door and get ready for proof that splatter can be played for laughs. Okay, I don't think this is Peter Jackson's best movie. I mean, obviously he did Lord of the Rings and King Kong. Those are great, but if you've never seen The Frighteners, check out The Frighteners. Michael J. Fox, it's so good. That's my favorite Peter Jackson film. But this one is easily a close second. Not all the laughs are splatter-based. The opening scene shows a zookeeper waving a permit to a tribe of hostile natives about to kill him, shouting out, "Permit, permit," which it was pretty funny. From there, the film descends into the inspired, amused lunacy of the slapstick. Look for the cameo of a young, thin Peter Jackson as a mortician's assistant. Also, look for the minor hilarious characters, the Nazi vet, the idiot football player, and most famous of all, Father McGruder. He is one of the film's best one. He has one of the film's best one-liners. Yes, I'm not gonna tell you what it is because it is so funny. So I gotta find a bad one though. There's gotta be a bad one. All these are like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is not great, but like I just want to see what somebody says. Like who's giving this a bad review, you know what I mean? That's a 5 out of 10, so that's, okay, here we go. This one's a 4 out of 10. I wanted to find a 1 out of 10. Let me see if I can find a 1 out of 10, because those are usually the best ones. There's a 3. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to go for it. 3 out of 10. This is Movie Addict 2016, and they wrote this August 25th, 2006. So I don't know why they made their name 2016 and then they wrote something in 2006. Maybe they were like, you know what? I'm going to be the main dude in like 10 years on this site. So I'm just going to think ahead and I'm just going for it. So here's what Movie Addict 2016 said on August 25th, 2006. It isn't funny enough to be a comedy, isn't scary enough to be a horror, and isn't convincing enough in its character development or subplots to make us care at all. Peter Jackson's problem, I don't think Peter Jackson has a problem. You know, let's be real here. You're Movie Addict 2016 back in 2006, so you don't even know what date it is, and you're trying to say that Peter Jackson has a problem? I think dude's doing all right. Anyways, Peter Jackson's problem is very simply that he deals in extremes. Yeah, like, I don't know, an extreme adventure that some hobbits go on that just pads his pockets. Yeah, he's a little extreme about things, Movie Addict. He has never found moderation in his career. Oh, so now you're just going to slam his whole career? The real cool dude. And this is what will always prevent him from becoming a master of his craft. As a shock filmmaker in his early days, he was quite effective in the passionate filmmaker who wasn't the great, but kind of grabbed your attention. Okay, so you are slamming the student. You can't even write a proper sentence. Look, I'm not a very good reader, but this is literally what this dude just says. As a shock filmmaker in his early days, he was quite effective. No punctuation here. It just keeps going. He was quite effective. The passionate filmmaker who wasn't that great, but kind of grabbed your attention once in a while with projects like Heavenly Creatures and The Frighteners. But today, with his multi-million-dollar budgets, his passion often blinds him. It's easy to see where this trend started too. Brain Dead, or Dead Alive as it is known in the U.S., is considered a quote-unquote horror classic by internet gore flick freaks and geeks, and it is often compared to Evil Dead 2. Well, I did do that, so I guess I'm a gore flick geek. In terms of its balance of humor and the macabre. But the Evil Dead series handled these elements far more successfully. Well, I did say that, so, I mean, okay, we do agree on one thing. Perhaps to the gore lover, Brain Dead or Dead Alive will offer exactly what they want, buckets and buckets of blood. To most other viewers, I imagine its flaws will hinder any level of serious enjoyment. I disagree, non-date knowing sucker, because here's the deal. It's a funny movie. Like, it's funny. It's not a scary movie. I don't know if he was trying to make a scary movie. I think he was trying to make a dark comedy, and I think he nailed it. That's what he was going for, and that's what, I think that's what if he was trying to make a scary movie, then yeah, okay. But I think he was trying to just make a dark comedy, and I think he nailed it. Now, going back to the thing. Now, I understand it's a comedy, sort of, and I know it's not supposed to be a realistic horror film. Oh, look at that. Like, he just answered what I just said. It's like we're having a conversation back and forth back from 2006, so this is kind of neat. But without any sense of marginally realistic universe, this film has no grounding, and its complete lack of character development doesn't help much either. I don't think that's that big of a deal because, in my opinion, I don't think we're supposed to care too much about anyone in the movie other than the main character. Which, yeah, there's not a lot of character development, but that's also kind of not what we're here for. We're not here to watch a movie win awards or anything. It's not like this dude thought he was making the Titanic. He knew what he was doing. So let's get back into this. Those who just look for gore and wacky humor can perhaps overlook such trivial topics such as the cliched, totally unconvincing, and borderline creepy romance. Lionel is practically stalked by Paquita Sanchez, and this unnecessary romance continues throughout the film. No, it was pretty funny the way that all went down. I actually liked that. There's no chemistry, no spark, nothing. I will agree with that. It is weird, but I think it was supposed to be weird and funny. And I can't think of a single sane human being who would continue to pursue a relationship with a man after being treated the way Paquita is in this film by Lionel. Well, what I gathered from this is that it's a very small town, not a lot of options. He's a bachelor. She's like, you know what? He's not that bad. Like, I'm just going to go for it. So, I don't know. This is a really, really long and drawn out piece of garbage that this person wrote, and I'm going to stop it there. So, I don't like them, and I don't like what they said. I don't like what they said about the movie that I like. Oh man, you know what would be fun? Let's do something fun. It's not like you can tell me no. You can just shut off the podcast if you want. I'm gonna look up top 25 Halloween movies. Let's do this. We're gonna do this together. And then I'm gonna read. Okay, dude. The first thing that popped up for I said top 25 Halloween movies. The first thing that popped up is 60 best Halloween movies from old classics to new cult favorites from Good Housekeeping. Look, I don't know about you guys, but I know when I want to talk to somebody about a horror movie, Good Housekeeping is where I go. What's the deal with Good Housekeeping? At what point did Good Housekeeping become the thing that people go to? You know what I mean? Let's do a little topic of the show because we're going to get into this. We're going straight to Good Housekeeping's top 60 best Halloween movies from old classics to new cult favorites.
And now, time for Tots. The topic of the show.
By the way, I didn't do any of the other upfront stuff, but check it out. Go to Facebook, check out Jake Rubel for any upcoming shows and stuff. Man, I'm just trying to chill out on this episode. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play it cool and just hang out with my people for a little bit. All right. So I know it's a little different than what we normally do, but I would like to see you at a show. So you should come out. In fact, I have a show that's just outside of Pittsburgh that's coming up that I would be great to see you guys at. I've never actually been here before. It's at a place called 19 North. And it is, and I think it's in Washington, PA. So it's just south of Pittsburgh, but it's on October 21st. So come out and let's talk about Halloween stuff. Let's get spooky. All right, let's get into this. 60 best Halloween movies from old classics to new cult favorites. These scary and not so scary movies should be at the top of your list to watch this October. Let's see. I'm going to tell you if you should watch. We're gonna play a game. This game is gonna be called what's that smash or pass thing? We're gonna it's gonna be like that basically. So. I'm just trying to think. Slash or pass. There we go. Is it a slasher or should you pass her? Slash or pass. Let's do this. Number 1, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. You know what? Unpopular opinion, I don't care about Charlie Brown. I don't. I never have. Which is unpopular because, Charles Schultz is from Indiana. I actually just did a show in his hometown not too long ago. Never been a Charlie Brown guy. So if you like Charlie Brown, if you dig Charlie Brown, that's fine. Totally watch it. But that's a pass for me, dude. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't. That is not. I understand people have traditions. That's not one of mine. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care about that. Halloween 1978. Watched it last night. Big slash, baby. It's so good. I mean, the thing is that I was talking to Chi about this last night. I feel like if you just look at the original movie, not the whole series, not the sequels, nothing like that. If you stack up slasher films, I'm a big Friday the 13th guy. Series-wise, Friday the 13th is my favorite. But if you're talking about original movie, if we just had one, if we're looking at Friday the 13th, the first one, versus Halloween, 1978, if we're just looking at these two films, Halloween wins hands down every time with me. There's something about this movie that I love so much. It's before they get into all the lore about like, oh, he was actually going after her because it's his sister. Like, they didn't plan on any of that stuff whenever they made this movie. If you watch that movie, there's nothing in it about that. That didn't come out until the second movie because it was just supposed to be the fact, like, if you watch it again, Laurie was just the first person he's seen because it wasn't just her that he was after. He was also kind of after Tommy. Like, he mostly faced... I don't know why I just said face. He was mostly after her, yes, but like, I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like it stacks up against all of them. It is the greatest. That movie's also kind of funny if you really watch it. Like, if it's not your first time watching it, there's a lot of funny stuff that happens in that movie. The fact, like, and I don't care if I'm spoiling Halloween from 1978 for you. Grow up at this point. You should have watched it. But, like, after he kills Bob and then he puts the sheet on, like, cuts holes in the sheet and puts it on and then puts Bob's glasses on and then goes back upstairs, I was just laughing. I'm just like, this is, like, you don't get that Michael Myers in the rest of movies. He becomes more and more serious with stuff and just more and more evil and everything. But, like, there's something about that movie that I was grasping last night while we were watching it that I was like, I just came to terms with it last night. I'm like, he's my favorite. So... but if we're talking about a whole, I'm a Voorhees dude. I am a Friday the 13th guy, but that movie right there is so dope. Let's keep going. Rosemary's Baby, 1968. I'm not gonna lie. Those types of movies, I don't get down on. I don't like that. I don't like The Omen. I don't like Poltergeist. There's something about a movie like, I don't know. There's certain feelings I get from some movies where I don't like the way it makes me feel. And those make me feel a specific way to where I pass on them. I mean, if you're into those kind of movies, that's totally fine. Like, just you could watch it. It's just for me personally, I don't dig them. Like, I don't mind watching someone get ripped apart. I just want their soul to be intact. So, I don't know. So, Rosemary's Baby, for me, it's a pass. I'm sorry. Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if I consider this a Halloween movie. To me, I always feel like it's more of a Christmas movie. I understand it's Halloween Town and everything, but, like, they're more saying, I feel like that movie is more being like, Halloween sucks, I wish we had Christmas. So I think it's more of a Christmas movie. Personally, I mean, I could be wrong, I don't know. So I'm going to say, I'm going to pass on that one. That's not a Halloween movie for me. I don't get down on that. So Child's Play, 1988. Yeah, watch it. That's a slash, baby. Watch it. Child's Play is so good. That is one of those that's really good at comedy, dark comedy mixed with horror in the right way. Like, Joe Bob Briggs one time said that, like, if you set out to make a comedy horror movie, you're probably not going to do it because the movie needs to be like 80% horror and 20% comedy. If you try to do it the other way around, it's just going to be a mess. And I feel like that's what they did here. I feel like Child's Play is realistically, it's probably like 90% horror and maybe 10% comedy. And they nail it. So slash, do it. Watch Child's Play. Man, I love that movie. All of them. Like, honestly, I don't think... There's a couple of them that I'm not, like, into, but I think they're great. So, Malignant, 2021. I'm going to be straight up with you. Never seen it. It's James Wan. I've never seen it. But I might check it out. I don't know. It's on HBO Max, it looks like. So I might try to look into that one. So I can't say for sure on that one. Young Frankenstein, 1974. You know, that is a good Halloween movie because, especially if you like watching the Universal Monsters movies, I say, you know, to like a palate cleanse, throw this one on. Not that you have to like cleanse your palate with that, but sometimes it's like a little dessert. You know what I mean? Young Frankenstein, definitely check that one out. I love it so much. Mel Brooks is amazing. So there it is. The Invisible Man, 2020. I've seen this movie twice. And I will say that I actually really enjoy it. I thought that it was really fun. I thought it was really well done. I like it better than I liked Hollow Man. Hollow Man creeps me out. Kevin Bacon weirds me out in movies sometimes, dude. Which I think we've talked about that on here before. But yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's like, it's not, to me, I don't know if that's like a Halloween movie to watch. But just watch it whenever. But I'm going to say, watch this movie, but it's not on my Halloween list. It's not like a top list. Hocus Pocus 1993, you got to watch it. You got to check out Hocus Pocus for the Halloween season. You want to get into the spooky season? Watch it. Also, Sarah Jessica Parker, in my opinion, has never looked better. I'm just saying it. I literally just watched the sequel, and I thought it was fun. I do like some things. I like the fact that, and no, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I like the fact that it's its own thing, but also still they brought in the previous one a little bit. But there were some things I had some issues with. I didn't think that the acting held up, to be honest with you. So, but definitely watch the original. I mean, watch them both, but the original is Halloween. Yeah, 100%. The Shining, 1980. I don't consider it a Halloween movie. I think that's another movie that's just good to watch whenever. I don't know if I'm weird because I watch horror movies year round, but I don't like, there's like The Shining doesn't give me like Halloween vibes. So watch it, but that's not a Halloween movie for me. The Ring, 2002, it's kind of the same thing, but this one's a little bit more creepier in my opinion. So like, yeah, maybe this is a good one for like a, like a weekend alone or something to watch. I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. So yeah, for sure. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Let's go. You got to watch it. You got to watch them all. You got to go through the series. That is a must. I feel like Halloween season, dude, go through all the Halloween movies, even the ones you don't like. Watch Season of the Witch. It's actually a good movie. Who cares if Michael Myers isn't in it? It's a fun 80s movie. Watch that. Watch H2O. Watch Resurrection. Watch all of them. I like all the Halloween movies. I don't know. Watch all those. Watch all the Friday the 13th. You got to. Scream, a must. Yeah, absolutely watch Scream. Scream is a movie you got to see. Poltergeist, we already talked about it. Not a big fan. Check it out if you want to, but not a big fan. Get Out. 2017. This movie is amazing. I love this movie so much, but I don't know if I would throw it on like the Halloween must-watch list. I don't think it belongs on the list. I think that it is a masterpiece, and you should watch it year-round. You should watch it anytime. But I don't know if it's like, I don't know if I would look at it like it is a Halloween movie. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm just looking at Halloween movies different. But who knows? So we're just going to move on. Suspiria, 1977. Dario Argentina. I would say any of his movies. Watch any of them. But this one is good. Like, definitely check it out. I need to rewatch that one, and I probably will soon. The Blair Witch Project, 1999. You know what? I do think that this kind of, because it's like fall, it's cold outside. They're wearing beanies and stuff like that. I would say, yeah, this should be a good Halloween movie to watch. The Conjuring. I don't mess with it, dude. We talked about it. Like, keep your soul, bro. You know what I mean? But watch it if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah, check it out. The Sixth Sense, 1999. No, it's not a Halloween movie. It's a creepy movie, yeah. But that shouldn't be on a Halloween list. But again, this is good housekeeping at its finest. Just being like, this is spooky. You should watch this during Halloween. I don't know. I just don't get Halloween. I'm talking about, like, what movies give you Halloween vibes? Not The Sixth Sense. Dude, watch it in June, and it's just as good. I mean, they're all good year-round. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. How about Beetlejuice in 1988? Yeah, Beetlejuice is another one that's like, I feel like it's good year-round. It always gets a little bump, I feel like, around Halloween time. But, dude, it's not a Halloween movie to me. That is a Tuesday in August movie for me. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, Beetlejuice is just always good. I just don't feel like that is a Halloween time movie. I don't know why. Friday the 13th, 1980. Absolutely. Again, watch all of them. I absolutely see that gives you Halloween vibes. That's like a Halloween movie, I think. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 1975. Yeah, I think that's a Halloween movie. I think that that's a good movie to watch around Halloween for sure. Costumes and all kinds of stuff in that. Check it out. It, 2017. I mean, I didn't care for him. Honestly, the first one I liked. The second one kind of made me feel weird. So I just wasn't into the second one the way that I was the first one. So, I mean, I'm not into it. Saw, 2004. I don't get Halloween vibes. Pass. I'll watch it. I like it, but that's a pass. The Evil Dead, 1981. I started this season out with this movie not too long ago. So, yeah, absolutely. Watch The Evil Dead. I definitely agree with that. Trick or Treat, 2007. I don't know how we missed this movie, probably because we were deep in church at the time and was like, well, we can't watch those kinds of movies. So we missed it somehow, but we just watched it a couple months ago, and it's fantastic. Trick or Treat's great. Like, I know that for some people it's their absolute favorite movie, like their diehard, that is the go-to movie. I don't feel like that about it, but it's definitely on a list. Like, it's on the list of like, yeah, this is a Halloween movie, 100%. Watch it. This is a great example of a movie that should be on your to watch list for Halloween. A Quiet Place, 2018. No, that's not a Halloween movie. Good Housekeeping. What are you doing? Like, maybe get back to recipes or something. You know what I mean? Like, this is not how you keep a good house. A Quiet Place is a Halloween. If you lost your marbles, I don't agree with that whatsoever. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie. I love both of them. I'm excited for the next one. But don't say it's a Halloween movie. Knock it right off. An American Werewolf in London, 1981. Yeah, watch it. There's some great practical effects in that. Any monster movie passes. And A Quiet Place technically is a monster movie. No, it's not. It's post-apocalyptic. Sorry, but it is. Because it doesn't focus on the monsters. It's a post-apocalyptic movie. American Werewolf in London focuses on it. I think that is 100% correct. They got it right. You should definitely check it out. Paranormal Activity. Never seen any of them. I know people think I'm stupid for never watching them, but I don't like I've tried them. I don't like the view. I just don't care for it. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm just not into it. So, if you like them, I hear they're amazing. So that could be on your list. I'm fine with that. Coraline, 2009. Are you high? What are you putting in your brownies, Good Housekeeping? No, dude. That's not Coraline is not the movie to watch on Halloween, I feel like. It's a good movie, it's fine, but like I'm not going to watch that on Halloween. The Exorcist, 1973. Absolutely hate this movie. People think I'm ridiculous for this. I hate The Exorcist for multiple reasons. Number one, it is the way this movie is shot, and I understand it's shot in a way that the scenes are put together to give you anxiety, but dude, I don't like it, and I feel like it's crammed together. I don't like this movie. That's fine that people love it so much, but I don't dig it. But I think that we're all seeing a theme here. I don't like those styles of movies anyways, so what's it matter? Who cares? Sleepy Hollow, 1999, with Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci. You know what? I wasn't thinking that this is a Halloween movie, but now I do think that let's do that. It's like fallish. There's pumpkins, and stuff like that. Yeah, I used to the original. I say original. The Sleepy Hollow, the cartoon, the Ichabod Crane. Where you had like the Ichabod Crane, and you had Mr. Toad on the same VHS tape. I used to watch that every Halloween. So that one, to me, that's the Charlie Brown to me. That's the cartoon to watch Halloween season. I love it very much. And I actually just got a VHS of, not that, I already had that, but the Sleepy Hollow movie with Jeff Goldblum in it. I've never seen that. Maybe I'll watch that later. So, but yeah, Sleepy Hollow, the Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci, yeah, definitely do it. I think that's a good one. That's a good, see, Good Housekeeping. You did it. You got one through that I didn't think you would. The Amityville Horror, 1979. It's got Thanos' dad is in this, and this movie. I think that this is a good Halloween movie. This movie creeps me out. I've not seen it in a long time, and I won't watch it again. Because again, I don't like those. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's not my type of horror movie that I get down on. I just don't like them. But yeah, this movie, I would put it on your list. If you're into that, put it on yours. I'm not watching it. But it is a great one. The Witch in 2015. To me, I feel like the Halloween movies I tend to go to are like classics, but this is a good movie. This is a very creepy movie. I do like it. It's got some great jump scares in it. I'm gonna let this one slide. I'm gonna say slash. Yeah, let's do it. Put The Witch on there. I think that's okay. That's fine. Carrie, 1976. It's not a Halloween movie to me. I think it's a really, really good movie. I love this movie, but it's not. It's not a Halloween movie for me. So I'm gonna pass on it. Look, I'm not just letting any horror movie on my list. All right, this is obviously I've put a lot of care and thought into this list. I'm not letting. I know. I just let The Witch on the list, and I didn't let Carrie on the list, and that makes no sense. But for some reason, in The Witch, it's like fall time. It's kind of cold out, and they're in the woods a lot and stuff. So it's like it just feels kind of 'tis the season. You know what I mean? But Carrie, I don't get that with. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel it. Candyman, 1992. It's another great movie. I have not seen the remake yet. I'm waiting because Chia is not into it. She's not into these movies, so I have to get her to agree to watch the original one, and then we can watch the new one together. So, is it a Halloween movie though? I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't get Halloween vibes from it. But, this one I'm just going to have to take a mulligan on because it's been a long time since I've seen it. So I'm going to take a mulligan on that one. Us, 2019. This so far is my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I love this movie so much. It was amazing. We went to the movies to watch it. Some lady brought a baby in. It was stupid. It made me very upset. The baby cried at a part where I forgot there was a baby, and it scared me a little bit, and I almost peed, and then I was like, maybe it's okay the baby was in here because it scared me, and that was fun. But it's not a Halloween movie to me. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe, because it is kind of, I feel like it is kind of like, it feels like it's fall. Yeah, okay, let's put it on there, gang. Let's do it. All right, it's on. It's on the list. Us is on the list. Dracula, 1931, absolutely 100%. Yes, it is. Bela Lugosi. You gotta go with it. The Universal Monsters movies, I feel like all of them should be Halloween time. So, Hereditary, 2018. Never seen it. I've heard that if you watch it, it will freak you out. I've watched a lot of clips about it. I've watched some interviews about it. It is on. A lot of people talk about it on like some of the documentaries that I watch about horror movies and stuff. I'm man enough to say I don't want to watch this movie because I think it's going to be too much for me. I've watched enough of the scenes, like the scenes that get people to where I'm like, yeah, I don't need to watch the whole movie. But again, that's one that if you're into it, I say watch it. But like, nah, dude. The Haunting, 1963. Yeah. It's a classic. I think that's a great classic movie to watch around Halloween time, for sure. The Cabin in the Woods, 2012. Yes. The first time I watched this movie, I did not like it. I didn't get it. We didn't enjoy it. And then this second time I watched it, it was amazing, and I understood what they were. I was too stupid the first time to get it. The second time I was like, this is amazing. I love what they did here. This is fantastic. I do think the Cabin in the Woods, because they're in the woods, it is fall-ish. A lot of spooky stuff happens. I think that that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and slash it. So Ghostbusters. Um, this is going to be controversial because I love the Ghostbusters. I love all of the Ghostbusters. I loved the real Ghostbusters cartoon. I love everything about the Ghostbusters. On more than one occasion, remember going as a Ghostbuster for Halloween. I didn't really have the outfit. I just had some coveralls and like put my name on tape and put it on, and then had like a toy that you would get at like Walmart or something like that. But it doesn't feel like a Halloween, and it should, because it is. And so, like, is this me? Am I stupid? And I'm the wrong one here. I feel like I'm going to put this on the list because I'm the wrong one, but I don't think it should be on the list because it's not scary to me. Even though Hocus Pocus isn't, but that's like a Halloween movie. I don't know, dude. It just feels, I don't know. Dude, this is harder than I thought. And I'm just arguing with myself. Halloween 2018, should it be on the list? Yes, because I already said watch all the Halloween movies. And the way that I recommend you watch them is you start with the very first one, and then you watch all the way up until this one, okay? And I'm not including the Rob Zombie Halloween movies in there. I'm sorry, I didn't dig them. I did just watch The Munsters, and I thought that was fun. It wasn't a great movie, but it was a fun movie. But I watched 31 that Rob Zombie did, and I loved it. I think that's his best movie, and I don't know why more people are not talking about it. But the way that I say you watch it is you watch all the way up from the first one all the way up to the 2018 one. Then you stop and you go back and watch the first one again, then watch the 2018 one. Because technically it's a sequel to the very first one. Technically, yeah. It's Halloween, it's Halloween, then it's Halloween, then it's Halloween Kills, then it's Halloween Ends, I think is how it goes. So, yeah, watch them like that. Edward Scissorhands, 1990. Fantastic movie. I'm not watching it on Halloween. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. I mean, I will, but it's not like something that I'm going to want to do. It's not on my list. If I'm writing it down saying we have to watch these, I'm not even thinking of Edward Scissorhands. The Witches in 1990. I don't know how I missed this movie growing up. I remember bits and pieces of it. I've never seen this movie, and I should. I need to watch this movie because I hear amazing things about it. So, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the one that came out in 1992. It's got Gary Oldman plays Dracula in it. Winona Ryder's in it. Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I say have a Dracula marathon. Go through and watch like most of the Dracula movies. I think that most of them are worth a watch. Whenever you start getting to the Christopher Lee stuff, it gets wild, and I dig it. So, yeah, check that out. Addams Family, 1991. It's great movies. I love the Addams Family. But I'm looking for something to scare me around Halloween time. Like, I'll watch that in November. You know what I mean? Like, I'll watch that in the fall. I think that's great, but it's just not, I just don't feel like it's a Halloween movie for me. The Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. Yeah, watch it. Again, it's a classic. You should check it out. The Craft, 1996. I do think that this could be on the list because it does feel very fallish. So, yeah, put that on the list. But again, it's not one that like scares the crap out of me. Practical Magic, 1998. Great movie. Not on my list. So pass. The Thing, 1982. Throw that sucker on the list. This movie is fantastic. It is amazing. I love it so much. John Carpenter, come on. So yeah, check it out. And also watch the original. Watch the original of The Thing. I've got that on VHS. Just scored that the other day. Was also stoked about that. Halloween Town. I'm going to watch it. I like Halloween Town, dude. I do. But I'm not going to watch it at night, like trying to scare myself. That's one that I'm going to put on during the day on like a Sunday, lounging around with the kids, you know? If we're just looking at strictly Halloween night, I'm not going to watch it. That's the build up. You know what I mean? Like you watch Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, stuff like that to get into the scarier stuff. Or like you get too scared, watch one of those. Death Becomes Her 1992. No, dude, that's not a Halloween movie to me. It's a good movie, but like I don't know. Let's keep going. Casper 1995. Nah, not a Halloween movie to me. You know, some of this I understand you guys are going to be arguing with, but that's fine. I love it. I love that the Casper, the one with Christina Ricci, but it's just not for me. Hubie Halloween 2020. I liked this movie. A lot of people didn't appreciate it, but I dug it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But that's one that I'll watch maybe like around Halloween, but it's not going to be it's not going to be on my list of like I must watch. But I do dig it. It is fun. Fun Size 2012. No. I mean it's okay. Oh, I was thinking of a different movie. I've actually not seen this movie. My bad. I've not seen this movie. So I can't tell you for sure. It says it takes place on Halloween night and trick-or-treating, so it sounds like it probably is. Fun Size is going on my list. I will probably watch that tonight actually just to see how it is. Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, 1954. Again, classics. Watch the classic horror movies. Children of the Corn, 1984. Oh man, this is weird because this is another one that I didn't really think of as a Halloween movie, but like, you know, it's like fall, harvest, all that stuff. So does it get a pass? You know what I mean? And I don't mean I was like, does it get a pass to Slash? And I think it gets a pass to Slash. Children of the Corn, I say watch it. That movie is really creepy. The Creature from Black Lagoon, it's my favorite Universal monster movie. Watch it every day of your life. The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride in Disney, other than the Star Wars stuff. But a Haunted Mansion, I love it. There's something about it. I don't know. There's something about that ride. I love it so much. But the movie, I could take it or leave it. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not going to be on my list. So, have at it. And that was it. That was the list. So, I'm sure a lot of that you guys disagree with. That's completely fine. That's okay. It's my list. You make your own. Okay. I feel like a lot was left off of that list. To be honest, I think that there was not enough George Romero love on that list. I think so. Here's what I think. I think you need to have like weekends dedicated to specific themes. You know what I mean? Like, because Halloween is all of October. So like the first week in October, do the classics, man. Get into those classics. Watch the Universal Monster classics. Watch some of the old classic movies that would be on TV around the Halloween time. If you could find old like YouTube recordings of like Sammy Terry or something, bro, I wish I had some VHS tapes of Sammy Terry. That was my stuff back in the day, dude. I loved Sammy Terry. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Sammy Terry was like our dude that was on like local cable or like the Channel 4 or whatever, like not before cable, like local TV. That would come on, and he had like his pet spider George and stuff, and he was like Elvira, kind of, you know what I mean? Like he would set up the scary movies. Loved Sammy Terry so much. But like, have like the classics weekend, have a vampire weekend, have a zombie weekend, have a slasher weekend, go through monster weekend, go through like all of these different things, dude. And that's what's going to be fun. So hopefully you guys got a lot from this. I love you so much. Thanks for hanging out a little bit. The shed is the out den looks great. We got some insulation up in here. I'm having a ball out here. I'm going to go watch some scary movies. So I love you guys. Have a great week. If you end up being a little stressed out, just hit pause on your life, watch a scary movie, and just laugh and be blessed.